What if I told you that you could own a gorgeous four-bedroom house with a backyard and a two-car garage for what some people pay for a studio apartment? No, I'm not joking. While everyone's complaining about housing prices going to the roof, there are still incredible cities across America where homeownership isn't just a pipe dream. It's actually achievable. Today, we're exploring the 10 cheapest cities to buy a home in the United States. Where can your dollar stretch the furthest? Which cities offer you space, community, and opportunity without draining your life savings? Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you might discover the perfect place to plant your roots. And trust me, some of these are going to surprise you. Let's get started. Number 10, Shreveport, Louisiana. All right, let's kick things off down in the Deep South with Shreveport, Louisiana. Now, if you've never heard of Shreveport, you're not alone. But here's why you should absolutely have it on your radar. The median home price here sits at a comfortable $315,000. Now, I know what you're thinking. That doesn't sound crazy cheap. But hold on. When you stack that against a national median of around $420,000, you're already saving over $100,000 right out the gate. Shreveport is Louisiana's third largest city, with a population hovering around 185,000 people. It sits right on the Texas border along the Red River, giving it this cool blend of Southern hospitality with a touch of Western grit. The city has a rich history tied to oil, gas, and entertainment, and while the economy is diversified, those industries still play a big role. Now, here's where it gets interesting. For that $315,000, you're not getting some cramped condo or a fixer-upper that needs a new roof. We're talking about legitimate 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes with actual yards. Some of these properties even come with covered patios perfect for those muggy Louisiana evenings when you just want to sit outside with a cold drink and watch the fireflies. Property taxes in Shreveport are ridiculously low. We're talking about 0.49% of your home's assessed value. That's almost half the national average. On a $315,000 home, you're paying roughly $1,544 per year in property taxes. Compare that to New Jersey, where you'd be shelling out $7,000 to $10,000 annually on a similar priced home. That's money you could be using for literally anything else. The job market here is solid too. Major employers include Willis-Knighton Health System, Barksdale Air Force Base, which employs thousands of military and civilian personnel, and the Shreveport-Bossier City gaming industry. Yes, Shreveport has casinos along the riverfront, which means entertainment and hospitality jobs are plentiful. The average household income is around $47,000, and with a cost of living that's 18% below the national average, that money stretches surprisingly far. Let's talk lifestyle for a second. Shreveport has this underrated charm. You got the Red River District downtown with live music venues, art galleries, and restaurants serving everything from authentic Cajun cuisine to modern fusion dishes. There are over 70 parks scattered throughout the city, and if you're into outdoor activities, you got the beautiful Cross Lake and Caddo Lake nearby. Plus, and this is huge for families, the schools are improving. The Caddo Parish School District serves over 38,000 students, and there are several highly rated private and charter school options if that's your preference. One more thing. Shreveport is just 3 hours from Dallas and 4 hours from Houston. So if you ever need that big city fix, it's totally doable for a weekend trip. But honestly, once you settle into the slower pace and the genuine community vibe here, you might not want to leave. If you're looking for affordability with character, good food, and a city that hasn't been overrun by transplants driving up prices, Shreveport deserves serious consideration. Number 9, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Next up, we're heading to the Midwest, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Now, before you write this off as just another small city in the middle of nowhere, hear me out. Fort Wayne is the second largest city in Indiana, with about 270,000 residents, and it's been quietly building a reputation as one of the best places to live in the Midwest. The median home price here? A cool $295,000. That's $125,000 less than the national median, and in Fort Wayne, that kind of budget gets you serious bang for your buck. We're talking 4-bedroom homes with finished basements, 2-car garages, and spacious yards where your kids or your dogs can actually run around. Fort Wayne has a surprisingly robust economy. It's a manufacturing powerhouse with companies like General Motors, Raytheon, and Steel Dynamics calling this place home. But it's not just blue-collar work. The city has a thriving healthcare sector led by Parkview Health and Lutheran Health Network, which together employ over 20,000 people. The average household income is around $60,000, and since the cost of living is 15% below the national average, your paycheck actually feels like a paycheck. Property taxes in Indiana average about 0.85%. So on a $295,000 home, you're looking at roughly $2,508 per year. That's incredibly manageable, especially when you factor in all the house you're getting. But here's what really makes Fort Wayne special: the quality of life. The city consistently ranks high for livability. Commute times average just 20 minutes, which means you're not wasting half your life stuck in traffic. The city has invested heavily in downtown revitalization, and it shows. You've got the Electric Works project, a massive redevelopment of an old General Electric campus that's bringing in restaurants, apartments, offices, and entertainment venues. Fort Wayne also has a surprisingly vibrant food scene. You've got everything from classic Midwestern comfort food to ethnic restaurants representing cuisines from around the world. The city has a large Burmese community, so authentic Burmese food is everywhere. When was the last time you had tea leaf salad? Trust me, it's incredible. For families, Fort Wayne is gold. The Fort Wayne Community Schools District is well funded, and there are excellent private school options too. The city has 3 incredible parks: Foster Park, Frank Park, which includes a zoo, and Headwaters Park downtown. There's also the Fort Wayne Trail System with over 100 miles of interconnected pathways perfect for biking, jogging, or just taking a walk. Culture? Oh, they've got that covered too. The Fort Wayne Museum of Art, the Embassy Theater, a beautifully restored 1928 movie palace, and the Follinger Freeman Botanical Conservatory are just a few highlights. And if you're into sports, the Fort Wayne Mad Ants, an NBA G League team, and the Fort Wayne Comets, a minor league hockey team, provide year-round entertainment. Fort Wayne is one of those cities that flies completely under the radar. But people who live there, they know they're onto something special. Affordable housing, strong job market, great schools, and genuine community. What more do you need? Number 8, Tulsa, Oklahoma. All right, let's head down to Oklahoma, specifically Tulsa. Now, Tulsa's been getting a lot of buzz lately, and for good reason. The median home price here is $290,000, which is about $130,000 less than the national average. And let me tell you, in Tulsa, $290,000 gets you a whole lot of house. We're talking 3 to 4 bedroom homes with updated kitchens, master suites, and actual square footage. Some properties even come with pools or sit on half-acre lots. Try finding that in Seattle or Austin for under $300,000. Spoiler alert, you won't. Tulsa has a population of around 410,000, making it Oklahoma's second largest city. But don't let the size fool you. This place has small-town friendliness baked into its DNA. The economy here is diverse. Historically known for oil and gas, it's nicknamed the oil capital of the world. Tulsa has successfully diversified into aerospace, telecommunications, healthcare, and technology. Major employers include American Airlines, which has a massive maintenance facility here, OneOak, St. Francis Health System, and the University of Tulsa. The average household income is about $59,000, and with a cost of living that's 14% below the national average, life here is pretty comfortable. Property taxes in Oklahoma are reasonable at around 0.88%. On a $290,000 home, that translates to roughly $2,552 per year. Not bad at all when you consider what you're getting. Now, here's where Tulsa really shines: the Tulsa Remote Program. Yes, you heard that right. Tulsa will literally pay you $10,000 to move there if you're a remote worker. They're trying to attract talented professionals to grow the city's economy, and the program has been wildly successful. Thousands of remote workers have already made the move, bringing fresh energy and ideas to the city. The lifestyle in Tulsa is fantastic. The city has undergone a major renaissance over the past decade. Downtown Tulsa is thriving with the Tulsa Arts District, the Blue Dome District, packed with bars, restaurants, and live music venues, and the Brady Arts District, featuring galleries, breweries, and hip eateries. Outdoor enthusiasts will love the Arkansas River Park system. Over 26 miles of trails perfect for running, cycling, or kayaking. Gathering Place, a 100-acre riverfront park, is one of the best urban parks in the entire country. We're talking playgrounds, sports courts, a boathouse, gardens, performance spaces, and restaurants. And it's completely free to the public. Tulsa also has a rich cultural heritage. The Philbrook Museum of Art, housed in a stunning Italian Renaissance villa, the Woody Guthrie Center, and the Gilcrease Museum showcase incredible art and history. And if you're into music, Tulsa has a legendary live music scene rooted in blues, jazz, and rock. The food scene? Underrated. You got everything from authentic Mexican and Vietnamese cuisine to upscale farm-to-table restaurants. And don't even get me started on the barbecue. It's legit. For families, Tulsa Public Schools serves over 34,000 students, and there are plenty of highly rated private and charter schools. The community here is tight-knit, and people genuinely care about their neighbors. If you're a remote worker looking for affordability, community, and opportunity, Tulsa should absolutely be on your short list. Plus, that $10,000 relocation incentive doesn't hurt. Number 7, Memphis, Tennessee. Let's keep the Southern tour rolling with Memphis, Tennessee, the home of the blues and the birthplace of rock and roll. But beyond the music history, Memphis is also one of the most affordable major cities in the United States. The median home price here is $287,000, which is roughly $133,000 cheaper than the national median. Memphis has a population of about 630,000, making it Tennessee's second largest city, right after Nashville. But unlike Nashville, which has seen explosive growth and skyrocketing home prices, Memphis has remained refreshingly affordable. For $287,000 in Memphis, you can get a beautiful 3-bedroom home in established neighborhoods like Midtown, Cooper Young, or East Memphis. Many of these homes have character. Think hardwood floors, built-in bookshelves, and front porches perfect for sipping sweet tea. Some properties even come with detached garages or workshops. The economy in Memphis is incredibly diverse. It's a major logistics and distribution hub. FedEx's global headquarters is right here, and they employ over 30,000 people in the metro area. Beyond FedEx, you've got major healthcare systems like St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, Methodist Lubener Healthcare, and the University of Tennessee Health Science Center. The average household income is around $52,000, and with a cost of living that's 16% below the national average, your money works hard for you. Property taxes in Tennessee are around 0.64%. So on a $287,000 home, you're paying roughly $1,837 per year. That's incredibly low, especially for a major city. Now, let's talk about what makes Memphis special. First off, the culture. The city oozes soul. Beale Street is legendary. Live blues music spills out of clubs every single night. Graceland, Elvis Presley's former home, draws hundreds of thousands of visitors annually. The National Civil Rights Museum at the Lorraine Motel is powerful and essential. And Sun Studio, where legends like Elvis, Johnny Cash, and Jerry Lee Lewis recorded, is still operating today. The food scene in Memphis is absolutely elite. Memphis-style barbecue is world-renowned. Places like Central Barbecue, The Barbecue Shop, and Gus's world-famous fried chicken are pilgrimage-worthy. And let's not forget soul food. Fried catfish, collard greens, mac and cheese, cornbread. The city knows how to eat. Memphis also has a thriving art scene. The Memphis Brooks Museum of Art, Stax Museum of American Soul Music, and countless galleries and theaters keep the creative energy flowing. Plus, the city hosts festivals year-round, Memphis in May, Beale Street Music Festival, Cooper Young Festival, and more. For families, Memphis City Schools and Shelby County Schools serve the area, and there are several excellent private schools, including Memphis University School and Hutchinson School. The city also has great parks like Overton Park, home to the Memphis Zoo, Shelby Farms Park, one of the largest urban parks in the country at over 4,500 acres, and the Memphis Botanic Garden. Safety is always a concern people bring up with Memphis, and it's true. Some neighborhoods have higher crime rates, but like any major city, it's all about knowing where to live. Areas like Midtown, East Memphis, Germantown, and Collierville are safe, family-friendly, and full of young professionals and families. If you want big city amenities, rich culture, incredible food, and affordable housing, Memphis delivers all of that in spades. Plus, you get to live in a city where music history was made. That's pretty cool. Number 6, Akron, Ohio. Now let's head up to Northeast Ohio. Akron, to be specific. Akron might be best known as the birthplace of LeBron James, but there's a lot more to this city than basketball. The median home price here is $280,000, which is a jaw-dropping $140,000 less than the national average. Akron has a population of around 190,000, and the greater metro area pushes close to 700,000. Historically, Akron was the rubber capital of the world, thanks to Goodyear, Firestone, and other tire companies. While manufacturing has evolved, the legacy remains, and companies like Goodyear are still headquartered here. For $280,000 in Akron, you're getting a solid 3 to 4 bedroom home, often with a finished basement, a garage, and a nice-sized yard. Many homes in neighborhoods like Fairlawn, Wallhaven, and Highland Square have been beautifully maintained or renovated. You're not sacrificing quality for affordability here. The economy has diversified nicely. Major employers include Summa Health System, Cleveland Clinic Akron General, the University of Akron, and First Energy. The polymer and advanced materials sector is also huge here. Akron is home to cutting-edge research in plastics and material science. The average household income is around $54,000, and with a cost of living that's 19% below the national average, life is pretty comfortable. Property taxes in Ohio average about 1.56%. So on a $280,000 home, you're paying roughly $4,368 per year. It's higher than some southern states, but still very manageable given what you're getting. Akron has really reinvented itself over the past 15 years. Downtown Akron has seen major revitalization. The revamped Main Street area features restaurants, breweries, and entertainment venues. Lock 3 Park hosts concerts, movies, and festivals throughout the year, and the Akron Art Museum is a stunning architectural gem with impressive collections. The outdoor scene is fantastic. The Cuyahoga Valley National Park is literally right there. 33,000 acres of forest, waterfalls. Brandywine Falls is breathtaking, and hiking trails, including a section of the Ohio and Erie Canal Towpath Trail. You can kayak, bike, or hike to your heart's content. Akron also has excellent schools. The Akron Public Schools District serves over 20,000 students, and surrounding suburbs like Copley, Revere, and Hudson have some of the top-rated school districts in Ohio. The University of Akron adds a youthful, vibrant energy to the city. Sports fans love it here, too. You're just 40 minutes from Cleveland, so catching a Cavaliers, Guardians, or Browns game is easy. Plus, Akron has its own minor league baseball team, the Akron Rubber Ducks, and the games are a blast. The food scene has exploded in recent years. From craft breweries like Akron Brewing and R, Shea Brewing to restaurants like Crave and the Lockview, there's a growing culinary culture that's attracting foodies from all over Ohio. One more thing, Akron is incredibly accessible. You're 30 minutes from Cleveland, an hour from Columbus, and 2 hours from Pittsburgh. So if you ever need a change of scenery, you've got options. Akron is proof that Rust Belt cities can thrive again. With affordable housing, strong job growth, natural beauty, and a growing cultural scene, it's a hidden gem worth exploring. Number 5, Dayton, Ohio. Staying in Ohio, let's talk about Dayton. Yes, another Ohio city. And honestly, Ohio is crushing it in the affordability department. Dayton's median home price is $275,000. That's $145,000 less than the national median. And in Dayton, that kind of money gets you a really nice home. Dayton has a population of about 140,000, but the metro area stretches to over 800,000. This city has serious historical significance. It's the birthplace of aviation. The Wright brothers lived and worked here, and the legacy of innovation runs deep. For $275,000, you can snag a 3-bedroom, two-bath home with garage, and a yard in neighborhoods like Oakwood, Kettering, or Centerville. Many homes here are brick construction with mature trees lining the streets. It's Americana at its finest. The economy in Dayton is strong and diverse. Wright-Patterson Air Force Base is one of the largest employers in the entire state of Ohio, employing over 30,000 military and civilian personnel. Beyond the base, you've got Premier Health, Dayton Children's Hospital, and the University of Dayton. The city is also a hub for aerospace and defense research. The average household income is around $48,000, and with a cost of living that's 20% below the national average, your dollar stretches impressively far. Property taxes in Ohio average 1.56%. So on a $275,000 home, expect to pay around $4,290 annually. Again, higher than the South, but very reasonable overall. Dayton has a vibrant cultural scene. The National Museum of the United States Air Force is located here, and it's free. It's the oldest and largest military aviation museum in the world, and it's absolutely incredible. You can easily spend an entire day there. The Dayton Art Institute is another gem, and the Oregon District downtown is packed with bars, restaurants, and live music venues. Outdoor lovers will appreciate the Five Rivers Metro Park system, over 16,000 acres of parkland with hiking trails, bike paths, waterways, and nature preserves. The Great Miami Riverway offers kayaking and canoeing opportunities, and there are multiple golf courses if that's your thing. Education is strong here. Dayton Public Schools serves the city, and surrounding suburbs like Oakwood, Centerville, and Beaver Creek have excellent school districts. The University of Dayton and Wright State University add intellectual and cultural energy to the community. Dayton also has a growing food and craft beer scene. Places like Craft and Dough, the Pine Club, a legendary steakhouse, and Tender Mercy are just a few highlights. And the craft brewery scene? It's booming. Warped Wing Brewing, Toxic Brew Company, and Branch and Bone Artisan Alish are all local favorites. The people in Dayton are genuinely friendly. There's a strong sense of community here, and folks look out for each other. Plus, you're centrally located. Columbus is an hour away, Cincinnati is an hour away, and Indianapolis is about 90 minutes. Road trips are easy. Dayton is an underrated city with a ton to offer: affordable housing, strong economy, rich history, and outdoor recreation. If you're looking for a place to settle down without breaking the bank, Dayton should absolutely be on your radar. Number 4, Syracuse, New York. All right, back to New York, but not New York City. We're talking Syracuse, a hidden gem in central New York. The median home price here is $268,000, which is about $152,000 cheaper than the national average. And yes, that's for actual houses, not tiny apartments. Syracuse has a population of around 145,000, but the metro area is home to over 650,000 people. It's a college town. Syracuse University is a major presence here with over 22,000 students, but it's also a city with a diverse economy rooted in healthcare, education, and technology. For $268,000 in Syracuse, you can get a 3-bedroom colonial or craftsman-style home, often with hardwood floors, a garage, and a decent-sized yard. Neighborhoods like Sedgwick, Strathmore, and Eastwood offer safe, family-friendly environments with tree-lined streets and strong community vibes. The job market is solid. Major employers include Syracuse University, Upstate University Hospital, St. Joseph's Health, and Lockheed Martin, which has a facility here. The average household income is around $53,000, and the cost of living is about 11% below the national average. So your paycheck covers more than you'd think. Property taxes in New York are notoriously high. Syracuse averages around 2.4%. On a $268,000 home, you're looking at roughly $6,432 per year. That's definitely higher than other cities on this list, but utilities, transportation, and groceries are all cheaper, which helps balance things out. Syracuse has a ton of character. Downtown Syracuse has undergone significant revitalization, with Armory Square leading the way. It's packed with restaurants, bars, boutiques, and entertainment venues. The Landmark Theater, a beautifully restored 1920s movie palace, hosts Broadway shows, concerts, and comedy acts. The city is also rich in history. The Erie Canal Museum explores Syracuse's role in America's transportation revolution, and the Onondaga Historical Association preserves local history. Plus, Syracuse played a significant role in the Underground Railroad, and there are several historic sites related to the abolitionist movement. Sports fans love Syracuse. The Syracuse Orange, especially basketball and football, draw huge crowds, and the atmosphere at the JMA Wireless Dome is electric. The Syracuse Crunch, a minor league hockey team, also provides affordable family entertainment. Outdoor recreation? Oh, yeah. Syracuse is just south of the Finger Lakes region, one of the most beautiful areas in New York. You got wineries, state parks, waterfalls, and hiking trails all within a short drive. Onondaga Lake Park, right in the city, offers biking and walking trails, and Green Lake State Park, just outside the city, is stunning with its glacial lakes and forests. The food scene in Syracuse is underrated. You got classics like Dinosaur Barbecue, which started here, Postabilities, famous for their spicy hot tomato oil, and Tully's Good Times. The city also has a growing craft beer scene with breweries like Middle Ages Brewing and Empire Brewing Company. Winter in Syracuse is no joke. The city gets a lot of snow thanks to lake effect weather. But if you don't mind bundling up and maybe even enjoying winter sports like skiing or snowboarding, Greek Peak and Toggenburg are nearby. It's totally manageable. Plus, you get 4 distinct seasons, and fall in central New York is absolutely gorgeous. For families, the Syracuse City School District serve the area, and suburbs like Fayetteville, Manlius, Jamesville, DeWitt, and Skaneateles have excellent schools. Syracuse University also means access to lectures, performances, and cultural events. Syracuse offers affordability in a state known for high costs. If you want to live in New York without the insane price tag of NYC, Syracuse is your answer. Number 3, Youngstown, Ohio. Okay, we're heading back to Ohio one more time. Youngstown. Now, Youngstown has had a complicated history. Once a thriving steel town, the collapse of the steel industry in the late 1970s hit hard. But here's the thing. Youngstown is in the middle of a serious comeback, and the housing prices reflect an opportunity that's hard to ignore. The median home price here is just $260,000, a whopping $160,000 less than the national average. Youngstown has a population of about 60,000, but the metro area is home to around 530,000 people. The economy has diversified significantly over the past 2 decades. Major employers include Mercy Health, St. Elizabeth Youngstown Hospital, Youngstown State University, and a growing number of tech companies attracted by low costs and available real estate. For $260,000 in Youngstown, you're getting a spacious 3 to 4 bedroom home, often with original architectural details like hardwood floors, arched doorways, and built-in cabinetry. Some homes even come with multiple acres of land. Neighborhoods like Boardman, Austintown, and Poland are safe, well-maintained, and family-friendly. The average household income is around $42,000, and while that might seem low, the cost of living here is 25% below the national average. That means your money stretches incredibly far. Groceries, utilities, gas, everything is cheaper. Property taxes average about 1.87%. So on a $260,000 home, you're paying roughly $4,862 per year. It's not the lowest on this list, but it's still very reasonable. What makes Youngstown interesting right now is the revitalization happening downtown. The city has embraced its industrial past while building toward a creative, entrepreneurial future. The Youngstown Business Incubator is one of the top startup accelerators in the country, helping launch tech companies and innovative businesses. Mill Creek Park, a 2,600-acre metropolitan park, is one of the most beautiful urban parks in America. Seriously, it rivals anything you'd find in major cities. The city also has a strong arts community. The Butler Institute of American Art is the first museum dedicated solely to American art, and it's free to the public. Powers Auditorium hosts concerts, theater productions, and performances, and the Covelli Center brings in big-name acts and sporting events. Youngstown State University adds energy and culture to the city. The campus is actively engaged with the community, and students contribute to the local economy and social scene. The food scene is surprisingly diverse. You've got classic Italian-American cuisine. Youngstown has a strong Italian heritage, Mexican restaurants, Middle Eastern eateries, and local diners serving comfort food. MVR, a farm-to-table restaurant downtown, is a standout for families. The Youngstown City Schools district is improving, and surrounding suburbs have solid school systems. Plus, with Cleveland just an hour away and Pittsburgh only an hour in the other direction, you got access to big city amenities without having to live there. Youngstown is perfect for someone looking to get into homeownership affordably, investors looking for rental properties, or remote workers who want to maximize their housing dollar. It's rough around the edges in some areas, but the potential is undeniable. Number 2, Elmira, New York. Let's head to another under-the-radar New York City, Elmira. Nestled in the southern tier of New York, near the Pennsylvania border, Elmira is a small city with big affordability. The median home price here is $255,000, which is about $165,000 cheaper than the national median. Elmira has a population of around 26,000, making it the smallest city on this list. But don't let the size fool you. This place has history, charm, and some seriously undervalued real estate. For $255,000 in Elmira, you can get a beautiful Victorian-era home with original woodwork, stained glass windows, and multiple bedrooms. Some properties sit on large lots with mature trees and gardens. The architecture here is stunning. Many homes date back to the late 1800s and early 1900s and have been lovingly maintained. The economy in Elmira is anchored by healthcare, education, and manufacturing. Arna Health employs thousands in Elmira College, a private liberal arts college, adds an academic presence. The area also has ties to the aerospace industry through companies like Sikorsky Aircraft and CAF USA. The average household income is around $45,000, and with a cost of living that's 13% below the national average, it's manageable. Property taxes in New York are high, around 2.3% in Elmira, which translates to roughly $5,865 per year on a $255,000 home. It's the trade-off for living in New York. But again, other expenses are lower. What makes Elmira special? Well, for one, it's the soaring capital of America. The area is famous for glider flying due to its unique topography and wind patterns. Harris Hill Soaring Center offers glider rides if you're feeling adventurous. Elmira also has literary history. Mark Twain spent over 20 summers here and wrote many of his famous works, including The Adventures of Tom Sawyer and Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. In a study overlooking the Chemung River, the Mark Twain study is now located on the Elmira College campus and is open to visitors. The natural beauty around Elmira is breathtaking. The Finger Lakes region is right there, offering wineries, hiking, boating, and stunning scenery. Watkins Glen State Park, with its famous gorge and waterfalls, is just 30 minutes away. Corning, home to the Corning Museum of Glass, is also nearby. Downtown Elmira is quaint with local shops, cafes, and restaurants. The city hosts the Great Wellsville Balloon Rally and other community events throughout the year. It's a tight-knit community where people know their neighbors. For families, the Elmira City School District serve the area, and there are also private school options. The small-town atmosphere means less traffic, lower crime, and a slower pace of life. Elmira is perfect for someone who wants peace, natural beauty, and affordability. It's not for everyone. It's definitely small and quiet. But if you're tired of the hustle and want a simpler life, Elmira offers that in spades. Number 1, Decatur, Illinois. And here we are, the number 1 cheapest city to buy a home in the United States. Decatur, Illinois. The median home price here is an almost unbelievable $205,000. That's $215,000 less than the national average. Let that sink in. You could buy a home in Decatur and still have over $200,000 left over compared to buying at the national median price. That's life-changing money. Decatur has a population of around 70,000, and the metro area approaches 110,000. It sits in central Illinois, about 180 miles southwest of Chicago and 40 miles east of Springfield, the state capital. For $205,000 in Decatur, and often less, you can find move-in ready 3-bedroom homes with garages, basements, and yards. Some properties are even under $150,000. That's almost impossible to find anywhere else in the country. We're talking about homes with over 1,500 square feet, multiple bathrooms, and updated features. Decatur's economy is rooted in agriculture and manufacturing. Archer Daniels Midland ADM, one of the largest agricultural processors in the world, is headquartered here and employs thousands. Other major employers include Caterpillar, Tate & Lyle, and Decatur Memorial Hospital. The average household income is around $48,000, and with a cost of living that's 26% below the national average, your paycheck goes far. Property taxes in Illinois are notoriously high, around 2.1% in Decatur. On a $205,000 home, that's roughly $4,305 per year. It's higher than southern states. But when the home prices are this low, it's still incredibly affordable compared to most of the country. Now, let's be real. Decatur has faced challenges. Like many Rust Belt and agricultural cities, it's dealt with population decline and economic shifts. But there's a resilient community here that's working hard to revitalize downtown and attract new residents. Lake Decatur is a 3,000-acre reservoir offering boating, fishing, and waterfront parks. The city has over 30 parks, including Scoville Zoo, a small but well-maintained zoo that's perfect for families. There's also the Children's Museum of Illinois, the Decatur Symphony Orchestra, and local theater groups. The food scene is classic Midwest. Comfort food, local diners, and barbecue joints. It's not trendy, but it's genuine and affordable. For families, Decatur public schools serve the area, and there are private school options as well. The crime rate has been a concern in certain neighborhoods, but like any city, there are safe areas. Neighborhoods like West End, Forsyth, and areas near Millikan University are solid choices. Decatur is ideal for first-time home buyers, retirees on fixed incomes, investors looking for cash-flowing rental properties, or remote workers who want to minimize housing costs and maximize savings. If you work remotely and make a decent salary, you could live like royalty in Decatur while building serious wealth. Here's the math. If the national median home price is $420,000 and Decatur's is $205,000, you're saving $215,000 right off the bat. Even if you finance, your monthly mortgage payment on a $205,000 home, with 20% down at current rates, would be somewhere around $1,200 to $1,400 per month, including taxes and insurance. Compare that to a $420,000 home, where you'd be paying $3,000 plus per month. That's an extra $1,600 to $1,800 per month you could be saving, investing, or using to travel, pay off debt, or build your dream life. And let's talk appreciation potential. While Decatur might not see explosive growth like Austin or Denver, even modest appreciation adds up. Plus, rental yields here are strong. You could buy a $150,000 rental property, charge $900 to $1,100 per month in rent, and see solid cash flow after expenses. For investors, that's attractive. Decatur also has Millikan University, a private liberal arts school with about 2,000 students. The campus brings cultural events, performances, and a bit of college-town energy to the city. One more huge advantage: you're centrally located. Chicago is about 3 hours north if you ever need big city access. St. Louis is about 2 hours west. Indianapolis is 2 hours east. Decatur isn't isolated. It's strategically positioned for road trips and regional access. Look, Decatur isn't going to win any Coolest City awards. It's not trendy. You're not going to find rooftop bars or artisan coffee shops on every corner. But what you will find is opportunity. Real, tangible financial opportunity. The kind that lets you own a home outright in just a few years if you're aggressive about paying it off. The kind that lets you retire early because your housing costs are so low. The kind that gives you breathing room and financial freedom. If you're willing to look past the surface and focus on the fundamentals, affordability, homeownership, financial security, Decatur is hands down the best deal in the country right now. So there you have it, the 10 cheapest cities to buy a home in the United States. From Shreveport's southern charm to Fort Wayne's Midwestern reliability, from Memphis's soulful culture to Decatur's unbeatable prices, these cities prove that homeownership in America is still achievable. You don't have to sacrifice your financial future or settle for overpriced markets. Each of these cities has something unique to offer, whether you prioritize job opportunities, outdoor recreation, cultural amenities, or simply getting the most house of your money. There's an option here that fits your lifestyle and budget. Now, before you pack your bags and move tomorrow, do your homework. Visit these cities. Walk the neighborhoods. Talk to locals. Research the job market, schools, and crime statistics. Every city has its pros and cons, and what works for one person might not work for another. But the bottom line is this: affordable housing exists. Real, quality, livable housing that won't drain your savings or keep you trapped in debt for 30 years. The national conversation around housing often feels hopeless. People say homeownership is dead, that it's only for the wealthy, that younger generations will never afford it. But that's not true. It's just not true in these markets. You have options. You have choices. You have the power to make a decision that sets you up for financial success instead of financial stress. Maybe one of these cities becomes your new home. Maybe you discover a different affordable city that's perfect for you. Either way, the point is to think outside the box, challenge the narrative, and take control of your housing future. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. Which of these cities surprised you? Would you consider moving to any of them? Are there other affordable cities you think deserve a shout out? I read every comment, and I love hearing your thoughts. And hey, if you're serious about buying a home, start taking steps now. Get pre-approved for a mortgage. Save for a down payment. Research these cities. The dream of homeownership is still alive. You just have to know where to look. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Now go out there and find your perfect affordable home.